by Prudence won the Oscar for Best Short Documentary. It's the inspiring story of Prudence Mabena, a young disabled singer from Zimbabwe, and her 7 young disabled Liana band members. Yes, it got big honors, but it's probably best known for director Roger Ross Williams getting quote-unquote Kanye'd at the Academy Awards. The film will air on HBO May 12th, but Williams and Mabena were in town for a screening at the Betsy Hotel during the Miami International Film Festival. We sat down with them at the Miami Herald studios to talk about the embarrassing podium moment when he was interrupted by producer Eleanor Burkett, actually a former Miami Herald employee. Yeah, we also talked to him about filmmaking. Tell us how you got involved with the project.
My producer was a Fulbright stationed in Zimbabwe, told me about the band. I contacted the school and started a dialogue with them. Went over there, just spent my own money to go over there and filmed for a couple of weeks with Prudence. I knew immediately that it was an amazing story, and she was an amazing person and inspirational. So I knew immediately that it was gold, and it turned into Oscar gold.
And what did you think when he came to the school?
At first I wasn't sure, and with the cameras I wasn't yet familiar with being filmed, you know. I was not sure about it, but later on I got used to Roger and we're best friends.
Best friends. And you obviously impressed him with your voice. We hear you have an angelic singing voice. Can you sing a little bit for us?
Okay, I'll sing one of the songs that
or a few, maybe just a few bars, so people can hear your voice. Yeah.
Okay. Tula tulamtan tula sana tulu babuzoboy yagosani.
And what were you saying? What are the words?
Okay, it's a lullaby that my grandmom used to sing for me when I was young. And it says, hush, hush, little baby, don't cry, your mom is coming.
I love it, I love it. I need that for my newborn. Okay, and tell us about, obviously you were sitting in the Oscars, and when you heard that your name was called, were you shocked?
Yeah, you're always shocked. I mean, you know, it's hard to describe the feeling of when your name is called, and up on that stage when Carey Mulligan said music by Prudence, I actually actually you could hear me scream. I was like, oh my God. And I just like jumped out of my seat. I was just like, I was just like so overly excited. And I understand why when you see in Oscars when people are, the guy who walked across the chairs or they're jumping up and down on stage, it's hard to control your emotions. It's so overwhelming and so amazing.
And obviously we have to discuss the moment when you were Taylor Swift and Eleanor Burkett, one of your producers, was Kanye West. You got interrupted. What was that like for you to get your speech interrupted?
You know, I wanted to get the message out about Prudence and about the movie and about what an amazing inspiration she is and the message about the disabled in Africa, and I felt like I didn't get to say what I wanted to say. So that was disappointing.
Now, ever since this happened, it is calling attention to the movie, though. Is that correct? I mean, do you think that it's actually helped the movie?
I think in the end, it ended up helping the movie because we would have never. Who would remember a short documentary? You know, even though we won the Oscar, and there are people in the documentary world that would know it, but now everyone knows about Music by Prudence. It's amazing. We can't walk down the street without people like, Prudence, Prudence, Prudence. Oh my God, there's Prudence, there's Prudence. So it's great because it brings the attention not only just to Prudence and her amazing music, but to the cause of the disabled in Africa. And it's really going to put the spotlight on that issue, and that's what's really important.
So how does it feel to be a star, Prudence?
Being a star is something else. It's so great. It's amazing, you know. I feel great.
Do you have stylists calling you up and wanting to dress you? And
she got dressed for the Oscars.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm meeting everyone, you know, and everyone is like, oh, I saw saw you on TV. Oh my God, everything is just happening. And wow.
Oprah hugged her, and Oprah was like, ladies and gentlemen, we walk into the governor's ball, and Oprah's like, Prudence, I love you. And Oprah's like, ladies and gentlemen, because there was all this press, and she's like, ladies and gentlemen, Prudence. So she was announced as she walked into the governor's ball by Oprah Winfrey. That's a pretty big deal.
So what's next? You're telling us, tell us when it airs on HBO?
It's going to air on May 12th on HBO. So tune in. Prudence's the soundtrack will be available on iTunes around the same time. The single is out now on iTunes. You can get Going Nowhere, the single, on iTunes now.